A lot of things that girls get wrong when having a sugar daddy is your sugar daddy is actually your employer if you think about it. Hi peeps, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rina. I'm an artist, but I mainly enjoy talking about mental hygiene, personal development, and spirituality. So if you're interested in any of this, please hit subscribe and like. It really does help me out a lot. Today's topic can be slightly touchy and debatable. Honestly, I'm a little bit worried on how I should approach this topic because I don't want to offend anyone and I have a lot of contradicting thoughts and personal opinions regarding this topic. Regardless, today we are going to discuss about tomorrow I am going to be someone's girlfriend, Rina. I'm not going to break down the character or discuss about any spoilers regarding the manga and the series. If you guys are interested, feel free to check them out. But I'm going to give you a brief run through regarding Rina's character, and later on I'm going to share my personal opinion regarding the sugar bowl. Rina is a beautiful and popular girl who seems to have it all. She falls in love with almost everyone who is nice to her, or at least she believes that she has to please everyone that is nice to her. She assumes that she can make men fall for her by simply sleeping with them. Either that, or she assumes that using her body in exchange for money and affection can pay for her expenses. Rina envies her best friend Yuki for not relying on others, but Yuki has her own issues as well. I will leave that for the next video, which is the last video I'll make on tomorrow I will be someone's girlfriend. Rina is very clear that all these men only use her as their ego boost, yet she decided to go with it because the transactional dating lifestyle can be pretty addicting. I personally had watched a lot of interviews from people who are kind of in the adult industry, even though a lot of them don't really like what they're doing, but they couldn't get out of it because it can be really addicting. It's not an easy job per se, and I'm not here to dismiss any of those girls. It's a really tough job. However, it is a way to get quick money. And who doesn't like money? If you are able to get money that quickly compared to sitting in an office from 9 to 5, of course, a lot of people can get hooked onto doing this kind of job. However, it can come with a lot of downsides, to be honest. Unlike men, it's actually way harder for women to compartmentalize your romantic relationships with people you just have sexual encounters with. I'm not gonna get into the biological or spiritual aspect of it in this video, but it is what it is. As long as you have some sort of intimate connection with anyone at all, you are sort of exchanging your energy with your partner. Your life can get pretty messy and your soul, your spirit can get into a lot of entanglement because you're giving yourself away to all these people that don't even care about you, and you are sort of devaluing yourself, exchanging your soul for money. Now, I do believe that if you work for a company that you dislike in a proper job, you're still sort of selling your soul to all this corporate, but it's kind of different in a sense. Now, I know this sounds really weird, but you are directly exchanging your aura, your energy, and your vibrations with all these people, and it can get really exhausting. I do believe that some people genuinely enjoy living this kind of lifestyle, to each their own, or maybe sometimes you don't even do it for money, you just want affection. Kind of lie to yourself, telling yourself that as long as you get money, as long as you're hustling. But I can assure you that as time goes on, it will really take a toll on your mental health. How long can you actually stay in this industry? Most of the time, if not all the time, you might have to compromise your boundaries to please all these men that might probably be twice your age, thrice your age, or someone that might be even older than your father. Are you willing to do that? Can you even do that? Like I say, I'm not here to judge, but can you actually do that for the rest of your life? Are you proud to be born into this world to do something like that? There's this saying along the lines of women want security and man wants young and beautiful girls for... But as a woman, I can only speak from a girl's perspective. So yes, I do agree that women want sense of security. But let's dive deeper. If you have to put yourself in a very dangerous situation to compromise your safety just to get money in return, is that even sense of security? If you have to give up your romantic relationship or your relationship with your family, your reputation just to gain money in return, is that even a sense of security? I believe that sense of security is just a smokescreen. It's not there. As long as you are a human in this world, there is no such thing as security. It's just an illusion. Even if you are the world's richest person at the moment, you might lose it all the next. You might get into trouble. You might get some sort of disease. You won't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I don't think that sense of security is a solid thing. I'm speaking from a very privileged point of view because I do see that a lot of girls who are doing things like that seem to have daddy issues. And of course, it's not something to be made fun of. It can be a very, very serious and detrimental issues if you have issues with your father, especially during your childhood. I feel like a lot of girls do that because you are sort of seeking for male's validation, especially from a man who is way older than you. And a lot of times it is a transactional relationship because maybe they are your mentor, but you sort of sleep with them. This man, in return, what they get from you is an ego boost. Think about it. Why will a man who is twice your age want to be in a relationship with you at all? These guys are mostly into young girls because they are immature themselves. It can be really hard to connect with someone who is not in your life pool because think about it, if they are a divorcee, they have children, they had lived their lives through so many different types of career or jobs, and you on the other hand might be still studying or you might be fresh out in this society. So what do you guys even have in common, like other than being intimate with each other, other than wanting validation and that ego boost? What else do you have in common? Now we can see this in Rina. When she's with Ida, which is her sugar daddy, she wasn't as happy as she is with Yudai, which is her senior. And a lot of things that girls get wrong when having a sugar daddy is your sugar daddy is actually your employer. If you think about it, they are your employer, but a lot of girls seem to fall in love with their sugar daddy. In Rina's situation, she seems to kind of fall in love with Ida as well. In fact, she was scammed by some of the men to believe that she is dating them, but in reality, they have a family at home. So you are kind of like a mistress or a side chick. Some girls kind of thrive off that. They feel like they are the chosen one, pick me girls. And I think that's extremely sad because you kind of lower your self-value to just what men think of you. How about searching for a sense of validation from yourself? How about earning that sense of security from yourself? How about giving yourself the affection that you need and want from yourself? Now, I know it's easier said than done, especially if you don't have loving parents who teach you or who show you how you are deserving of love. It can be really hard, but at the same time, I do think that if you're an adult, it's all your responsibility to take care of yourself. And if you want to trick men or to scam some old man into giving you money, you will lose yourself in the process. Rina thinks she is in control here, but in reality, she is not. She has to discuss about how much she's worth. She has to compromise her price with this man as if she's an object. Now, every time you're mad at a mistress or a third party, think about the man. Think about the man first. Because a lot of the times, not to say that these girls are right, not to defend them, in fact, they are at fault here too, but a lot of the times these third parties or these girls, these home wreckers, are only in this sort of relationship because they couldn't actually love themselves. They need to be a pick-me girl or to rely on men to validate them, to choose them in order for them to feel like they are seen, heard, or valued as a human. Like I say, when you couldn't love yourself or if you don't even know what love is, it can be really, really hard for you to get yourself out of situations like that. Rina may know that she's pretty and popular, but she still suffers from poor self-esteem. She knew that she had to rely on men for a living, and she's definitely not proud of it. She confessed this to Yudai, and he seems to be pretty understanding about it. They end up being in a relationship, but Yudai is not as wealthy as Rina's sugar daddy. He couldn't afford luxury dates for her, and being the people pleaser she is, she wants to please Yudai. So Rina chose to continue seeing her sugar daddy so that she can afford dates with Yudai. She mentioned that she hates relying on men that objectifies her, yet she keeps doing it because she is addicted to the lifestyle. Honestly, Rina seems like someone who is not capable of giving herself the validation and praises that she needs. She needs to constantly be with a man to feel seen and heard. Not long after she broke up with her boyfriend, she immediately get into sexual relationships with other men just so that she can feel seen or quote-unquote loved. I think the reason why a lot of people do that is because you couldn't actually sit with yourself and to date yourself, because you feel like you are not somebody without someone. The moment they're out of one relationship, they have to quickly jump into another relationship. It's as if they couldn't give themselves some buffer time to get to know themselves better. If you are addicted to relationships, whether or not it's transactional or non-transactional, most likely you are running away from yourself. Most likely your relationships are your coping mechanism. You as a person, as a human, worth so much more than anything else in this world. It's really not worthy to compromise your moral values, your value, your worth as a human, which is, you can put a price on it, girl. You can put a price on your worth as a human being. Now, I'm gonna sound really woo here, but please hear me out because it's gonna help you out in the long run. Whether you are religious or not, whether you're spiritual or not, God or the universe did not put you into this world just so that you can be below anyone else. You are not an object. You are a human. You are a person. You are a breathing, living human. The reason why you have a conscious working thinking mind is because you are meant to find your own voice. You are meant to understand and know yourself. You are meant to sit with yourself. You are born alone, so you are meant to die alone. You are meant to figure yourself out alone. You don't have to bend and break yourself just to get the bare minimum from someone else. You don't have to compromise your own happiness just so that you can flex your luxury goods, your luxury bags, or your beauty procedures, but you still feel empty on the inside. Is that even worth it? Is that what you really want? Get to know yourself. Ask yourself, why are you constantly needing all these people who sometimes don't even give you the bare minimum? Why do you need their time? Why do you need them to be a part of your life? Regardless of whether you're conventionally beautiful or not beautiful, do you really need a man to compliment you in order for you to feel like you are worth being seen in this world? All humans are social creatures. Even the men, who are using all these young beautiful girls, they too want to feel accepted and loved because they couldn't give themselves the self-validation that they need. They couldn't give themselves the love, the unconditional love that they need. So they need to prey on all these young vulnerable girls to boost their own self-ego. We are all using each other to gain affection, to gain materials, to gain validation, but in the end of the day, what we really want is unconditional love, and you can only find unconditional love from yourself. Everyone is so uniquely different in this world, and I don't believe that anyone should be below or above anyone else to feel that sense of success in this world. Today's topic is really heavy, and I do have some contradicting beliefs as well. Like I say, I'm someone who really loves money. I enjoy having abundance, but ultimately I still really believe that it's really not worth it to compromise your boundaries, your moral values, and your inner peace to be below someone who degrades you. I think it's not worth it at all, and it's really not worth all the entanglement and the all sort of issues having to be with people who disrespect you. You're worth more than that. You are not just an object. You are a human. You are so capable of bringing yourself all the happiness that you want in this world. So guys, that's it from me for today. I really hope that you enjoy listening to me talk. If you have your personal opinions or any comments at all that you want to share with me, feel free to leave them down below. I will always read your comments. I enjoy reading your comments. And till then, see you in the next video. Bye!